Hey everyone, I am in my house. I've recreated the Getting Real room.
Good job. It looks
Yeah,
exactly
no,
like it.
I've built a shrine to myself, pretty much.
Because that's the only we'll never see that set ever again. So you had to.
Yep. That's
Yeah,
great.
I actually this is everything from THV. I grabbed all of it before I had to leave. Actually, I'm one of the only few people left in the building right now, so
How's that feel?
I feel like the captain of a ship, even though I'm not the captain of the ship. I feel like the captain of the ship. Ooh, like in Star Trek, like the reboot. I feel like Chris Hemsworth and
He's just
and
yelling.
Okay.
He's just
and
yelling.
autopilot's down, and I've just got to fly the ship straight into the Romulan ship. Yeah.
Sometimes you got to do it.
We are back, and we're gonna talk. We've been talking about movies to watch. This week, we want to talk about some TV shows to watch. The rules are there are four. It is one, it has to be over, no new seasons. Two, it has to be longer than 3 seasons, or 3 seasons or longer. Three, it has to be on a major streaming service, Netflix, Disney Plus, Amazon, Hulu, something like that. And four, it can't be The Office, Parks and Rec, Friends, or Seinfeld because we got it. Everyone loves the shows, and we've all watched them. They're all great to binge watch, but you know what? We got to
There's
show some
other
love.
shows out
Yeah, there's
there.
other shows. Okay.
We're here to give you things that you've never binged before.
Yeah, and that aren't on NBC.
Because we're CBS.
Yeah. Have you guys ever seen SWAT? Have you ever seen
CIS, CSI Miami.
Have you seen CSI, CSI Miami, CSI New York?
NCIS, whatever.
Well, I think there was a CSI Cyber too.
Cool.
I got a question. Hang on, before we start, Michael, you've gotten a haircut.
Uh-huh.
Is it a self haircut?
Yeah, of course it's a self haircut. Do you see how short it is?
Looks great, man.
At least it looks well rounded.
Well, it looks great because the headphones are on and you can't see all the mistakes.
That's what it is.
Also,
Okay.
it's WrestleMania weekend, and I've got my WrestleMania chair out.
There you go.
Give him the chair.
So JD said we can't talk about Friends, but I do want to talk about the show that sort of inspired Friends, and that's Living Single. If you're a 90s kid growing up, this was like a great show. Living Single. Queen Latifah's first, she had a few other acting roles, but this was like her first big breakout thing. And she and 5 other friends, sounds familiar, they're all living in Brooklyn. They all have these great jobs. She works as like an editor and publisher of a magazine. It's just a really fun show. I remember watching it with my mom and her boyfriend back in the 90s. And if you really need something that feels like in the 90s, it's this show. It ran for 5 seasons. The outfits they wear, the fashion they have is just so iconic 90s fashion. Whereas like Friends or Seinfeld, it feels very like those shows feel like they don't feel 90s when you watch them.
Well, like the beginning does, but like it bleeds into like the 2000s, and so you don't. Sometimes you're like, "Am I watching the 90s? Am I watching the 2000s?" It's all over the place.
Whereas with Living Single, it's like everything, even the plot of each episode, the fashion. I already said that, but everything feels so 90s. Even the theme song.
Sing it, sing it, sing it.
Oh, living single in a 90s kind of world.
Nice.
Is that the word?
Yeah.
Really?
And they canceled it in '98 because they're probably like, well, we gotta change the theme song. I don't know if we can afford that.
We have money to change.
Growing up in my elementary schools and stuff, in my middle school, Living Single was actually like our water cooler show as kids, because we'd talk. Living Single would come on, and then the kids would talk about it. It's on Hulu. Y'all should watch it. 5 seasons, 30 minutes, easy. You could watch. You could put it on, do the dishes.
That's a breeze.
Yeah, cook some food. Watch it with your kids. Easy.
It's sort of sitcom-y, but it's super realistic, and it's called Love on Netflix. It was written by Paul Rust, who is the star of it. Apparently, he wrote it about him and his wife, which is hilarious because their relationship is terrible sometimes. But just like all relationships, there's ups and downs. But this show is honestly really simple. Gus he's an aspiring writer who's in a job that he doesn't like. He literally runs into Mickey, and they fall in love over 3 seasons. And then it's just their relationship up and down. It was co-written and produced by Judd Apatow. So you can, like, there's a couple episodes where you can tell it's him, where it's gross out humor, but also like with a hint of sweetness. This is just like Living Single, it's a very easy binge. Like each episode is like barely 25 minutes long, but like all the characters are like, this show's so realistic. Like even the main characters just have parts that you just don't like, but like just like every other person, like oh man, like that's a real person. Like they're not perfect. No one's perfect in this show.
Yeah.
They make terrible decisions sometimes.
Yep.
And it's very awkward.
I always like too that like the main character isn't even like, he's not even he's not like naturally like handsome or good looking, and so that's kind of fun too, that it's like it's this show that, you know, normally it would be like this handsome dude and this beautiful woman, and it's just kind of like, no, this is everyday life. This is and like it is, it's very realistic.
It's a great bingeable show. It's definitely not, don't watch it with your kids.
No.
It's not with that.
Unless your kids are like 18 or older, you know?
Yeah, that should be fine.
Hey, well, hang on. You guys mind if we walk and talk?
Yeah, walk and talk.
Sure.
I'm a busy guy, you know. Okay, so let me know if I freeze. So,
Okay.
guys, this is a kind of a dark time. You know, it's a time of uncertainty. People just need a little hope. And what better way to give people a little hope than an hour-long political drama / comedy called The West Wing?
Where it's just nothing but smart people talking over each other.
I mean, it is. We're talking like Aaron Sorkin's still like up here, but we're talking like peak Aaron Sorkin. Martin Sheen as the president, President Bartlett, probably one of the greatest presidents we've ever had, on screen or in real life.
Salute to him, you know.
With the
He's fantastic. His jacket game is strong. He does this cool thing with his jacket where he whips it over his head a lot. Yes. What's it like being on the staff of the president, staffing the president, as they say? And this show is it's so well written. There's so many great characters. You've got Allison Janney, who is fantastic. You've got, I always butcher this guy's name. It's Bradley Whitford, not Wilford Brimley. Believe it or not, I get their names confused sometimes.
Weird.
They look very similar.
Rob Lowe, Dule Hill.
Yeah.
You know, like this show is stacked with guests and guest stars too. It's quippy, it's fun, it's serious sometimes, it's emotional. I mean, guys, I'm rewatching it right now. Tears.
Yeah. What streaming platform is it on?
This is on Netflix, and it's been on Netflix forever.
It's
I feel like when Netflix started to, like when
you went out.
first
Oh boy.
what more do you say about it? It's Sorkin. It's the president. And here's a heads up.
What's that?
Oh no! Don't leave us. Plot twist. Oh,
It's like waving by. Oh, sorry.
I thought you left us like watch it. Tune in next episode to find out.
You don't have to be like really into politics to understand some of it. That helps, but you don't need it. Any other just shout out suggestions real quick?
You have crazy stuff like Evil Dead, which is over.
Yes.
Oh man.
Buffy, Angel, all these like quirky shows from the early 2000s.
Yeah. Dule Hill is also in a show called Psych. It is very like cheesy and just formulaic, but it's a lot of fun. It's really funny. Community is now on Netflix.
Oh, I got some for you guys.
Okay.
One Tree Hill.
Okay.
The OC.
Now stop. Hang on. I will admit, I like the OC. I watched Dawson's Creek. I binge watched a whole summer of Dawson's Creek, and when I say binge watch, I mean someone let me borrow the DVDs, and I watched all of them
Mm-hmm.
in the summertime. So Dawson's Creek, OC, very cheesy. OC has a great soundtrack though, but cheesy, but close to my heart. You know.
Ooh, what you say? You know.
I'm Team Pacey all the way. So.
I don't know what that means. All right, that's it. I don't have anything else.